Well, this is what we're talking about, the threat of recession. You've got to try and get a soft landing here in Keating terms, and everybody's worried about that. You mentioned the stock markets, dramatic falls on the stock markets in the US and Australia the last couple of days. No recovery today, a slight drop today on the Australian stock market. But in unemployment terms, steady at 3.9, that's a remarkably good figure for Australia. But with the unemployment so low and staying there, we've had that wage case decision this week too. No one would deny the lowest paid workers a pay rise that keeps up with inflation. But are you worried that that 5.2% increase is going to flow through the economy and actually feed inflation?
I think that's quite likely the outcome from that decision. And one of the things that we have to remember, when you look at the Fair Work Commission's decision, it talks about how workers should be insured against the real wage falls that come as a result of inflation. But it seems like that's by far the most likely outcome to get from where we are now to a situation where inflation is back under control. There are a number of levers that can be pulled, but all of them result in a fall in real wages, a risk of recession. We can talk about how fiscal policy, they can cut spending or increase taxes. There falls in real wages, an increase in interest rates. We would see, for a start, unemployment would start to go up. We'd see, a loss of disposable income for mortgage holders, a slowdown in business investment, a slowdown in economic growth. All of these things result in a fall in real wages. And so I think the big concern from the Fair Work Commission's decision is it shows that some of the senior policymakers in this country, I don't think they're quite aware of the scale of the challenge that's facing them and exactly what the likely impact will be once inflation hits, say, 7%, as the Reserve Bank is predicting.
Yeah, it's a hell of a worry, really concerning economic storms ahead. And then on top of that, we've got this self-generated energy crisis. Now, that's going to feed into the inflation problem, at least in power price increases. What other damage is this going to do to our economy this winter and in the years ahead?
Well, I think the big risk is business investment in particular, and business confidence, which is, in many manufacturing industries and other places, is very strongly connected to energy prices. For a long time, we've sort of been able to ignore this trilemma that you see in energy prices between affordability, reliability and sustainability. We're starting to try and shift that dial away from affordability, away from reliability and towards sustainability. That comes with costs, that comes with negative outcomes. If the voters decide that that's the way they want to go, then that's a choice that they can make. But I fear that too many people are saying, we can move to 100% renewables, we can cut emissions, we can do all this, it won't increase prices and it won't affect business confidence. And I just don't think that's possible.
There is no way known that is possible. Thanks so much again for your clarity, Simon. I appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure, Chris. Thanks again.
Simon Cowan there from the Centre for Independent Studies. Of course, people in the teal seats and other places, they don't mind if their power prices go up. But power prices are nothing to them. For a lot of us, it's a big, big outgoing bill in our monthly expenditure.